okay? Come on, then all the men can write nice pussy. You're okay with this? This is fine. She used to bite me every time I picked her up, so this is progress. Relationships, eh? Who'd have them? When I like something, I really like it and I get a little bit obsessive about it. I think I generally have quite an obsessive personality, and I've always felt like I'm quite an obsessive person in relationships. When I say obsessive, what I mean is always kind of wondering if they still like me, waiting for texts back and being upset if someone takes a long time to text back, just generally doubting myself and not feeling secure in relationships. It's really frustrating that it's like a stereotype that this is what women are like, because it makes me feel like I don't know how much I've been like set up to feel this way. But I think that for me personally, it's just linked a lot with my anxiety. I know a lot of people feel the same way, which is why I wanted to make this video to talk about it. There are always like jokes and memes about waiting for guys to text back, like seeing when they were last seen on WhatsApp and they haven't replied to you, leaving you on red. It's really stressful, and I don't think relationships should be stressful in that way. I've spoken to my therapist about this at length. One of the things that she said that I found really interesting was about like attachment styles. So for me, when I'm in a relationship, I want that kind of closeness, I want support, and just generally I want to be like close and involved in that person's life. I'm also the kind of person who likes to talk openly about problems. So that's what I want. I think a lot of people probably want that. And the interesting thing about me feeling obsessive is that a lot of the people I've dated are very much not like that. They want more distance and space. If they're having problems, they don't want to talk about them. And that gap between how we're both feeling is what creates that kind of obsessive space, like room to freak out. If you want to be really close to somebody and they're pulling back and creating space, you're going to try and move in to fill that space. So you feel like you're constantly giving loads to try and bridge that gap, and that person still feels like it's too much, and they probably might even move further away from you. As you can imagine, it's not the ideal situation. I stopped feeling like an obsessive girlfriend pretty much overnight, and here's the magic trick. This is how I did it. I started dating somebody who also wanted to be close to me and didn't want to create loads of space. So it kind of turns out that I'm not an obsessive girlfriend after all when I'm in the right relationship for me. I honestly felt like that's just how I was, so I kind of wanted to give you guys some hope if you're feeling the same way. But there were a few things that I did to help when I was in that other kind of relationship. I know that it's not as easy for everybody as just breaking up with their significant other if they feel like they're in the same situation, because maybe they don't want the relationship to end, they just want to compromise. Turn off Facebook Messenger for that person so you never see that they're like sitting there online but not talking to you. Turn off like WhatsApp last seen, read receipts, things like that. You don't need that in your life. Have open and honest conversations with the other person about it, and not just in a like, why aren't you texting me back kind of way. Explain how it makes you feel, and maybe they can make extra effort to kind of bridge that gap a little bit more. I don't know. I've wanted to make a video about this for a long time. I have no idea if I'm doing a good job of explaining myself. I have been in relationships where like whether or not that person bothered to text me that morning would have kind of ruled my day, and it was really hard and I worried about it a lot. And listen, I'm not trying to break up your relationship, but I'm just saying there are people out there who will want the same thing that you do, and it might turn out that once you're in a relationship that's healthier for you and your brain, you don't care how often they text you back. I know, mad. I never thought it was possible. By the way, if you're wondering how my hair got so good, I had it dyed yesterday by the people at the drawing room in Shoreditch. They're not paying me to talk about this, but they did dye my hair for free. I'm so happy. This is like a silvery blonde balayage. If you want to go and you don't know what to ask for, I will leave the link to them in the description below. I honestly don't think I've ever been so happy with my hair color. Thanks, the drawing room.